everybody, and welcome back. This is Terry from Sweet Pea Papers, Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, Junk Journal Tutorials, Videos, and Projects Facebook group. So there's two Facebook groups now. Make sure to visit those. The links are down below. You can post your YouTube channels and your Etsy shops and get some visits and some sales and all that good stuff. Plus you get links to tutorials by me and other people, and get some great projects that you can go do. This kit is called Impossible Alice, and it is a Victoria Designs kit. Please don't turn the video off now. You can use any kit you want, any Alice kit. I realize that by the time you see this, it's going to be about Christmas time, close to and through into New Year's. But I don't have a winter kit that I want to use right now, and so we are going to do Alice in Wonderland. And of course, everybody has a ton of Alice kits, and I have about 6, and I haven't used this one before. So I thought we would give it a whirl. Now, I'm sure somewhere on Victoria Designs website there's a flip through of this. I don't know where it is, and I'm not sure if there is one. This came out, or I bought it in January, March, April. I bought it in May of 2023. So it was available definitely as of then, and you can do a search on the website, the Etsy shop, for Victoria Designs, and it's Victoria for Impossible Alice. I got this as part of a set. I bought I think it was a pack of 4 of these big sets for a discounted price. So let's just take a quick look at the kit. It's a nice Alice kit. It's got a green. I thought it was a turquoise at first. I thought the ink we were going to use was going to be salvaged patina, but this was more of a green, and I'm not sure what kind of green it is. So we're going to go with brushed corduroy to match the color here. Yeah, so this is the kit. Let's see if I can move stuff out of the way so I have enough room to flip the pages. And of course, the little marks on the corner of the pages are not something that print out. They're marks that I put on there so I know which way it came out of the printer in case I want to print something directional on the back before I trim the pages. Now, this is US sized. So since I live in the US, I printed it not full page because I wanted to have a little bit of a border once we trimmed it down. You can print it full page if you're not going to leave a little border edge around. If you're just going to fold your papers in half, then you might want to do full page. But this is not borderless, but it is fit to page. Okay, and that leaves a little bit of a border. So there's 24 pages, book pages, or journal pages. That's what I'm looking for in the kit. There's 20 backing papers, I know, and there's 15 ephemera pages at least. I can't remember. It almost seems like there was more. I'm going to try to use my scan and cut with it because I printed it, as you'll notice, on white paper, but we're going to actually use cream colored paper when we make the book, but I wanted the whites to be white, so I printed it on white paper. I'm going to go ahead and print the back on white paper. Just go ahead and print the backs on the back and not worry that it's white paper. If I had used cream paper, then these would have been cream colored, because this is actually no ink. The printer didn't print white. It just didn't print anything. So whatever color the paper is what color the apron's going to be. Okay? So that's why I printed it on white paper. Wow, I really have a headache all of a sudden. Like within the last 10 minutes, it just kind of hit me. I love this page. and I think there's some ephemera of cards. I'm not sure. But there's some more cards there. And I think, oh, what was it? There's no backing paper in this kit that doesn't have a pattern. So I'm going to look through my other Alice kits and see if there's something with maybe just this check pattern or clear, you know, like tan, which is going to take up a lot of yellow ink to print that on the backs of all these pages. Yeah, see the card theme runs through this one quite a bit. So we'll see if there's something with cards on it in the ephemera, if there's some cards. So that's the journal pages. These are the backing pages or the portrait pages. So we got this one, which I really like, but it's too big to use as is. We could shrink it down and use it, or we could cut it up and use parts of it. I don't know, we'll have to see. See, this is a good backing paper, but it's not really one you could use for a journal page. You can't really write over it. This one can be cut in half to make two nice writing cards. See, there's some cards, and I can cut those out. Or make this into 3 writing cards. That would be nice. 3 tags, I mean. This is a nice backing page. You could probably write over that if you were using a black pen. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at that one. That way I'm not just painting or printing cream colored. There's a card page. And there's cards everywhere. It's almost like a Mad Hatter Alice kit, and maybe that's why it's called Impossible Alice. Well, there's Alice right side up and upside down. Some more of the card theme and the checkerboard and the Harlequin print backgrounds. And see how there's color here. And there's lots of white, well not lots of white, but enough white that if I'd have printed this on cream colored paper, that it would not have looked right. And this is white on here. So, yeah, that's why I use the white paper. This is kind of nice. It kind of looks like a book cover. It's too bad that it's not going this way, huh? So that's those. Okay, and this is the ephemera. I'm going to go through it this way. Turn these. Okay, and see, this is dark enough against the white. My Scan and Cut may pick it up and cut most of this. I'm going to try, because there's a lot of it to cut. You know, for me to cut it out by hand would take days. So we'll see if this is dark enough to get picked up. It doesn't have lines around it like some of the other designers have started doing, because they either have Scan and Cuts now because I talk about them so much. Maybe they heard me through the ether. And he answered my prayers. I don't see any playing cards yet. I do see some nice things to use. There's a keyhole that we can use. Some A's for Alice. Oh, there's a playing card. Some tickets. I like these strips. And some little file folders. You know, I need to, I'll go through the ephemera pages, and a page like this, I will print with a pattern or something on the inside, because it's going to be the inside of folders, not just the back. A lot of this ephemera, even since it's mixed, on the page. My hands are so cold, my rings are spinning around. And what I mean by mixed is there's writing cards on the same page as elements that you would glue to the page. So now this one I'm going to have to cut out or trace because, and I'll tell you why, because there's no line here. It's going to try to go in and cut out the numbers on that pocket watch. These it should cut out. These all have a cream colored border all the way around. So sometimes it picks it up and sometimes it doesn't. It does make it easier when you're going to cut them out by hand. If you have a scan and cut, make sure to just draw a line through their writing with a Sharpie and cover it up. Otherwise your scan and cut will try, oh, there's some cards. Your scan and cut will try to cut the letters out. Okay, we're almost done. I think that's 2 pages. And the 2 cream colored pages I found were from the kit called Nonsensical Alice. So if you have both of those or bought this big kit, then you would have the kit. So that's everything. Now I'm going to have to cut this out. As you know, I usually show you the kit before I trim it down. And then I stop the video and then start it up again after I'm done. We're going to use 2 cream colored papers and 2 coffee dyed papers. Actually, we're going to use 4 cream colored papers. Excuse my sleeve. 4 cream colored papers. 2 for each signature. And then 2 coffee dyed papers. And I may try to coffee dye some vellum. I really would like to use some vellum or print something darker on it on both sides so that it, well, that wouldn't work, would it? Because if you print something darker on the back, then it's going to show through. So I would have to coffee dye the vellum. So that might be an experiment that we could try and see if it would work. Are these pencil marks? That one is. And so I'm going to ink around the edges of these papers and in the fold in the center with the brushed corduroy. Then when that's done, then I'll trim all the pages. Oh, and this too, the coffee dyed paper, I'll ink that as well. Then I will cut the borders off of these and ink them all. Now the brushed corduroy though, see, that's just it. It's not going to show up against the screen. And that's around the outside edge. You see what I'm saying? And then there's some other color, isn't there? There's 2, usually there's 2 backing colors. It looks like it's all the same though. Alright, I'm going to look some more and see if I have this kind of a green. And maybe we'll use that instead of the brushed corduroy. I'll do that before I ink these. What I'll do is I will, which I did with the salvaged patina, go along here and ink it enough so that I can see what it would look like against that color. And it actually doesn't look bad. I probably could use it and get away with it. Because I looked at some of the greens and I'm not really sure I have a green that matches this exact darker teal, where salvage patina is a teal, so that might match better. Okay, well, we're going to make a book, a hardcover book, and we're going to add some flips and flaps and stuff like that, and some envelopes and the usual suspects, and yeah, and make our books. So I'm going to go trim the papers and cut out the ephemera and ink the papers. and get everything ready to go, and then we will start as soon as we come back. Okay? Alright, I'll see you in just 1 second. Okay, now we're back with the second half of video 1 for Impossible Alice. I've made the signature, which is 2 pages of 65-pound paper, and I use the brand made by Neenah, N-E-E-N-A-H, and 1 page of coffee dyed paper, which is just typing paper. Now I've numbered the pages. I don't number the coffee dyed pages because, well, you'd see it. So I've gone ahead and numbered the pages. So we'll have 12 altogether. I'd like to try to find some sort of a feature that we could insert. I'm not sure what it would be. I don't know. So I'm going to think about that. Maybe I can get a free image from the internet, blow it up, maybe the Mad Hatter's hat or something that we could fold in half and it would still look good from either side. I don't know, just some kind of idea. I want to do something. So here we are on page 1. And where did it go? I accidentally picked it up and put it back in the stack. No. I just cut it in half. Okay. Whoops. What's this one? The first one I had was cut crooked, so I had to print it again. And, yeah. So, we're going to use this, and this appears to have lines in it. And this one doesn't. I mean, I can trim this to make it straight, and it will make it a 1/16 smaller. I'm going to have to look at my printer and see. This one's already been inked because I was going to use it until I realized it was crooked. Let me fix this. We're not going to notice it because of the elements that we're going to put on the page. Oops, I'll get a little bit more. Yeah, I think that'll do it. That was 2 slivers off. I don't know why I was so freaked out about it, but I was like, it's crooked. I need a new controller for my Epson yellow ink head, and I believe that's what's doing it. I don't know how to go about getting one. I'm going to ask my friend. I bought the same model that she had. Because I really liked it. Plus, I found out, I found it online on eBay for half price, and it was being sold by Epson on eBay as a refurbished machine. So I felt comfortable getting it from them. So we're going to have this CD at the top. Does it cover the A all the way? Yeah, either way we do it, it's going to cover the A. Plus we need to have it on this side so that we can make the pocket over here because we're going to have a tab. I need to get those out. These are cream colored tabs, and then we'll ink them. I went with one shade darker, which is Vintage Photo. The other color matched, and that was the problem. It matched. And then we're going to put this envelope on over the top. And instead of folding it the regular way and folding it like this, I want a window in it, but I want the window to be on the inside. So we're going to fold the flap backwards and do it this way, and then the front will be a solid picture, which is what I want. And that's going to be this image right here. It's the beginning of the book, it's the first signature, and I want this image there. I don't want a window. Okay, I could have made this the card in the window just as easily. And then this is going to be the CD front and the envelope back where we cut the windows out because there's not that much border showing. Alright, so everything's been inked with Vintage Photo. Move these other papers out of the way so they just don't get mixed in as I cut them. I just put funny, you only notice the lines on this one because it's got the diamonds on it. You can still fussy cut this out, but I did all the ephemera. And look at all the fussy cuts of Alice we have, so I don't think we'll need one. And then I also ended up with this much ephemera, which isn't too bad. There was 15 pages, and I thought, there's going to be so much, but I cut everything but these two up because they were kind of redundant, but I've kept them, of course, in case I needed something off of them. Alright, now we're really going to start. Now that we get everything out of the way. Sorry about my phone. Probably going to hear that on and off. My design team is chatting with each other. So we want the front of this to be solid. Let's put this back on here. Just for now. And so we wanted that to be this. So the way I'm going to do this, I just realized the way I was going to do it wasn't going to work for something else that I was going to do. Sure it will. Okay. I want to put the Alice in the middle. So let's center this over her. And we want to leave a little bit below the top as our border. And then we want to cut it here. And we want to cut it here. Now I moved the camera after I bumped it with my head. I have a big piece of paper stuck to my camera that says camera stupid, and it's pink, so that I don't bump into the camera, and then I bumped into the camera with my head. It doesn't seem centered to me. It seems too far to the left. Let's just do this. Where's the widest part? Okay, let's cut it here. I don't know why I didn't just do this. I'll cut it there. We could have easily done, you know, if we do top to bottom, that will save the part I want to save, which is these corners. Okay. So, we want it to be this tall. This is going to be a little tall, so we're going to have to trim it once we get down to the nitty-gritty, because we want that little bit of a border all the way around. So I guess we could have done this. This is a lesson in how not to do this. Could have done it here and there. That will give me that little border area. And see, and that saves that, which is what I wanted. Now we can, if I can get this paper off of here. My fingers are a little extra numb today. Okay. Now we can look at this way. Those are widest part. I should have set the phone in the living room. I meant to and I forgot. And we want a little bit of a border. And a little bit of a border. So we're going to cut this here and here where we have the lines. Okay, now that should be the front of our card, which is the back. Okay, so let's ink this. And we don't need to put it on yet. The front is what we need to put on so we can cut the window. And in fact, we don't want to put this on yet, now that I think about it, because we get that impression from the die, not a cut, but the impression of it on the back side of the envelope. So we don't want to do that and get the impression of the window. Now I'm using this die, and I got it from BB Craft. I know that because I wrote it on there. I must have been doing it during one of my unboxing videos. Because it reminded me of the shapes that are in here, the shapes of the pieces that are going to be on the what am I trying to say? The ephemera. Okay, so this is going to be the front of this. And we have to do this first before we cut the window. And we have to put the magnet on the envelope as soon as we get it off the die cut machine. Because we don't want to forget and put the back, which is the front, on. Oh, is that going to work? Well, it depends on how big we make our window now, doesn't it? So we'll just make sure we put it here. So we're going to make the pocket in the top. I've discovered if you put the pocket here and then you have to put the magnet here, the magnet really holds the back of the envelope and it kind of poofs out your your pocket. It kind of makes it look open, and I don't really like that. Okay. I may have just cut this backwards. I did, for it to be the back of the CD as well, or the front of the CD as well. I should have cut the height first and not the width. So I'll just pick out something different. And this isn't even the right size. Is it this one? Okay. Well, there you go. Alright, so let's ink this. I haven't been crafting in a few days. I ran out of magnets. Wait a minute. We haven't decided the size of the window. So I think we're going to have to do that first. Somehow I have one magnet left. I know I should have done this first. I think this one will work. And then we'll have to paper the inside, which I forgot to get a paper out for. I'm just twisting this. There's a little piece of metal that holds them together. Get one little piece that's stuck to this one instead of sticking to the others. Now, is this going to give me enough room for my magnet? Yes, it should, because of the shape of the window. Looks kind of like a mirror, doesn't it? Versus, you know, a fancy mirror versus just a rectangle. Okay, so I'm trying to break this little piece of metal off. And I'm not sure why it's not coming off. It should come right off. There we go. Okay, so we'll put the magnet on. We can push it, you know, as far over to the edge as we dare, because our pocket's at the top. Okay, so put this on here. Boy, my ears are really ringing loud today. I just realized it when I stopped talking, so maybe I'll have to keep talking. I'm sure that will thrill you. I know, apparently I don't talk enough. I get concentrating and I forget that I'm on video and that I need to talk more. You know, and be entertaining. Because I'm not just a crafter, I am now an entertainer as well. Now we want to put this. Now remember, the magnet's on this side. So we want to put the window facing down. We want to put the die facing down with the teeth facing down. That's the side that's going to cut. And then we want to push it this way a little bit. And we're going to have a little bit of trouble because the magnet's going to try to grab the die. And it's too far at the top. I mean, it's alright if it's a little crooked. I mean, it is Alice in Wonderland. You know, crooked is not bad necessarily, but I don't want it to be so wonky that people look at it and go, what the heck was she thinking? And in fact, most of my windows are a little crooked and I don't mind. There we go. So now we have that we can use as a card, which is pretty cool. Let's take the envelope off the back. And that we'll put this in the ephemera. And that gives us our window. should get a CD cover to put those in. I don't think the big one will fit, or else I would have done it already. I'm just going to do them like this and set them up here. Okay. You see this imprint, this indentation on here? That's why we didn't put the paper on the back first. So now we want to paper this. What if we papered it on the inside with the same? Well, it wouldn't line up and it wouldn't look right. Could have used this part of the other paper, except we don't have a piece that's that big. Let's ink this and get the acetate on. And the acetate comes in a sheet like this, the kind I buy. It's for overhead projectors, so it comes with a piece of tissue paper in between each layer, which is nice. Then I get a piece of tissue paper out of it. And I believe they were the 0.7 mil. 0.5 mil, 0.7 mil thickness. Alright, now I'm going to measure this from the outside, but I'm going to obviously glue it on the inside. Yes, see our magnet's way over there. Okay, that will do it. Oh, we've got enough room to glue it. See, I made a rhyme. Trying to be entertaining. Somehow I don't think it's working. These two pieces are scraps. So let's paper clip those together and keep those. Obviously we're going to have more windows. Let's ink this. We're going to end up, because of the intro, we're going to end up finishing this in video 2. But I am trying to decide. I'm almost tempted to use just the solid tan for the inside for when you take the envelope, the card out. But then again, no. Never mind. Elton John. Let's put this in. Now, all we need to glue, remember we're putting it in from the top. Well, we do need to glue it all the way around because we don't want it popping out the window. Let's give that a whirl. It's easier to see on this grid than it is just on a work surface, I've found. see the acetate. Okay. So obviously you want to glue it glue side down this way. And I went too far. So just need to do that. Okay. So we've got that. Now we need to do the inside. I'm just wondering if something like this would work. Okay, it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be like this, but it's going to be like this. Okay? So this is our top. Let's see. This is our top. Just for reference. So would I be able to put this in there? I really don't see why not. I'll just cut it the same size as this piece. Okay. Or a little bit smaller. This is the corner I want to keep, so I turned it upside down to make sure it is. It doesn't matter that I cut that a little crooked, because it's going to be inside the envelope. In fact, we only have to go up this high. That'll save us these gears. We can use them on a pocket. I'm down to 2 pieces of paper. It's the end of the month, you know. And so I'm trying not to make mistakes. But as you can see, I printed that one page for nothing. So now we've got this that we can use as a pocket. And in fact, we may use it on this page as a pocket. So now we just need to glue this inside here on the back side. So on this side of the envelope, facing forwards. Let's see what that's going to be like. That's going to be nice. All right, we need to make it shorter or narrower. Oh, because of the magnet. I still need to make it shorter. Perfect. Okay, the top is going to be the pocket. Well, so I'm going to have to take it out We won't need to glue this side, so sliding it in and out won't be a problem. We need to glue this back side to the inside of this, so we don't want to glue this until we glue the back paper on. So all we need to do is glue the top and the bottom. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. Let's make sure we've got our right side up. Okay. Alright. There she is. Could have used that as our card. I think it'll be fun to have that in the window behind whatever card we use. We could use another Alice. I'll make the card off camera. Now let's put the back side on. Which is really our front. Go ahead and put that on now. And then we just glue it around the edges, and that will glue this paper into the back of the envelope, and then we'll cut the top for the pocket. And then, so we don't forget, we will glue it to the paper so we can put the magnet on the back. So you need to make sure that this lines up on that paper. You have to cover that paper. We can bring this in. That's fine. We're going to be trimming it for our pocket. Looks like we cut it crooked. You and I. Cutting the top for the pocket. Yes, the magnet's right there. Okay. Going to have to do this again. That looks like it's straight through those diamonds. This is the side that's crooked. Can it be rescued if I straighten this side? No, it's going to make it too small. Okay, so we can save this to use for something smaller, a smaller card. Just wait for the glue to dry and trim the edges off. And then let's glue this to the paper. Let's cut the pocket out of the top. Okay, I'm going to re-ink it. And then we'll glue it to the paper. And then next time, I'm just going to redo this off camera. You guys know exactly what I was going to do because I just showed you. There's no reason to show you again. So I'll do the back of this off camera. And then we'll do the CD on camera. And then we'll move on to the next page. Okay? Alright, so let's get this glued on. Which I could have cut this point off and just made it straight across. I don't want it all the way at the bottom because I want it to hold the CD down, the flap. Yes, it'll do that. Okay, so let's close this. Let's put our magnet on the back. So we've got that part accomplished, except for the paper here and the card that's going to go in from the top. Look at that. Almost wish I had used it for the card. That's okay. We'll use something else, and then we will pull it out, and then the other Alice will be revealed. Right? Right. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.